Today, we are going to be talking about how to be a successful homemaker when you were not taught how to be a homemaker. I'm Rebecca with Learning Together by Grace, Homemaking God's Way. You guys, let's get going. I am dedicating this video to my lovely sister in love. She and I were having a conversation a couple of weeks ago, and we were talking about homemaking, and she explained that, sometimes people are just not taught how to homemake. Sometimes they don't know what to do or where to go, and even with her, there are some things that she just isn't quite sure about what she needs to do in order to be a successful homemaker. I've been homemaking for close to 18, probably actually almost 19 years, because I'll be married 19 years this year. And I have a lot to offer, a lot that I've gone through, trials, errors, things that I've gotten figured out, things that I'm still learning how to do as a homemaker. So first and foremost for me, I spend time with God the Father. I am a believer of Christ, and I have come to find that if I don't take the time first thing in the morning to spend time with Christ, that my homemaking is very hard and my heart posture can be wrong. So that is first and foremost. Secondly, I make up my bed because I am getting something accomplished for the day. And when you start off with something accomplished, it makes your day a lot better. Next, I do my planning. As you guys saw in the previous clip, I was using my planner to add some things to it for the day and the remainder of the week. And then I'll start going through my things as far as like the refrigerator and my pantry, because I want to see what it is that I need in order to nourish my family. Nourishing my family has been one of the greatest things for me. I want to give them healthy foods. And so I do plan. I do meal planning, and I also make sure that I have a detailed grocery list in order to help me with getting nourishing foods on the table. Cooking is a big part of homemaking. It is what it is. Everyone has to eat. That is something that is a constant. So making sure that you are stocked up, making sure that you are continuously going through the items in your pantry, your refrigerator, your deep freezers, all of those things are going to help you stay on top of what it is that you need to get and stock up on. And so, you guys, I've created a grocery list as well as a weekly planner to help you guys with that process. All of those are free, and I am going to be putting those links to my blog in the description down below so that you are able to begin using those things to help you plan out your life. So I'm just going to be showing you some clips of things that I do throughout the days and the weeks and the months. These are just random clips that I have done over the course of the last couple of years of my homemaking and what I do, how I organize my shopping list, and how I go about creating meals for me and my family. But back to the planning. It is essential to have a plan, because without a plan, how are you going to know what you need to do? And the way that I begin planning is with the end in mind. I have to stop and think, okay, what goal am I trying to reach? So for instance, if it is having home cooked meals on the table as my end goal, what do I need to do in order to make sure that I have these home cooked meals? I need to make sure that I have something easy to cook throughout the weeks, and then maybe one meal where I can just go all in and I can take my time, I can let it marinate, and I can just do all of the things to it so that it is extra special. And so I make sure that as I am writing out my meal plan, that I am considering those factors. I'm considering, okay, what do I have? Is there something that I already have that I need to use up? How can I create a meal based off of that? So for instance, I feel like I always have spinach or some sort of power greens in my refrigerator that I need to use up, and I've become very creative in using those. I'll do things such as stir fries. I'll put them in soups. I'll put them in my pasta dishes. I will put them in my smoothies, in salads. I use spinach or any type of greens in that capacity because they add good flavor and texture, and they go well in all of those things. And then once I do the planning, then I am able to create my list from the end goal and create my list also based off of the things that I have. And then after that, I'm able to go shopping for what I need and then stock up my deep freezer, refrigerator, pantry. And then after I do that, I can slowly take things out like I'm doing here out of my deep freezer to thaw out over the course of a few days so that I am ready to cook those things. Like with this whole chicken, for instance, it takes about a good 2 to 3 days for this to thaw out. So if today is Monday, I need to know how long it needs to be in my refrigerator so that I can be cooking it by Thursday. So I would put it in my refrigerator on Monday morning, and by Thursday morning, I'll be able to take it out and either slow cook it or either I can roast it later on in the day. So I know with something like this ground beef, I can place it in my refrigerator on Monday morning, and by Tuesday evening when it's time to cook dinner, it's ready for me to cook. Now with the whole chicken, after cooking it in my Instant Pot on the slow cook function, I know that it's ready to be shredded, and I can use that whole chicken to create 2 to 3 different meals depending on what I'm making with it. I can do something like chicken spaghetti, chicken fajitas, chicken tacos, chicken Alfredo, chicken soup, chicken pot pie. I can, just create different meals from that one chicken. And being able to plan my meals that way is very important as a homemaker, because then you're not wasting food, you're not over purchasing food and wasting money in that regards, because especially I can say with the fruits and vegetables nowadays, they just seem like they do not last. They just don't. So being very intentional and mindful of creating those meal plans so that you know what you're cooking. So as I continue cooking in this clip, I'm going to move on to the next topic, and that is sticking to a budget. As homemakers, it is so important to stick to a budget. You have to be able to do the finances within your house. I started doing the finances when my husband and I got married. I actually did my finances did my own budgeting when I was single. And so I had an idea of, what I was doing. And so I knew that I needed to know how much my bills were going to be each month, know how much was coming in each month, and being able to divide it up that way. That's just a base level of budgeting, but of course it can go even further with saving, with investing, and just planning for your children's college, just whatever the case may be, planning for vacations, things of that nature. And so I've been doing our budget pretty much our entire marriage. There were a couple of years where my husband did it, but we realized that I was the better one at doing the budget, which is fine. I don't particularly care for it, but it's fine because I know that that's my stronger suit. But now also, even with having a budget as a homemaker, you need to make sure that you are allotting money for fun time. I'm personally a saver. My husband is more of a spender. He's not irresponsible with his spending, but he is easier. He finds it easier to spend than I do. I just want to stack the coins, y'all. But with that, it can be problematic because then I don't allot for fun time with our money. So if you are allotting money for every area of your life, every penny has a place that it's going to go, then it's going to make your homemaking a lot simpler. Now, another thing is planning for the tasks that you have to do around your house. You have to keep your house in order. You have to clean. You have to make sure that people's appointments are in order, for like doctor's appointments, physical therapy, just whatever appointments that need to be had. You are the one that is in control of that. And that again is where that planner comes in good use, because you are able to plan out those things. Now, I have non-negotiables every day. We are going to clean the kitchen. It's going to happen. I don't care. Everyone has a kitchen day. We're going to clean every single day. Even if we're dog tired, we're going to clean. Have that kitchen clean, because the hub of our house is our kitchen. We cook so much in there. It has to be reset every single night. So that's a non-negotiable everyday thing. And even cleaning the floors in the kitchen is a non-negotiable every day. But there are certain things that you can do throughout the week. Like for instance, I can have like a set day where I do my laundry. Although I do try to do a load of laundry a day so that it's not overwhelming. But when life gets really busy, usually I'll dedicate one day out of the week to focus on my laundry. And then maybe one day to focus on getting my bathrooms clean. One day to do the floors. And as I am creating, as I'm doing these tasks, I create a list so that I can check it off as I'm cleaning to make sure that I'm staying on track with those tasks. And even with having those weekly cleaning schedules, you still have to also have monthly cleaning schedules. So for instance, I'll have my cabinets on my calendar to clean every first Monday of the month, because I used to have white cabinets in one of my previous houses and I had to clean them. And so I just kept it on my calendar to go off every month. Of course, you do touch-up cleaning as you spill food, but once a month cleaning those cabinets off, getting the grease and just all of that. And then maybe once a month cleaning the walls or the windows, the doors, the baseboards, things of that nature, the dusting. Sometimes we don't think about these things with being homemakers and understanding that this is a part of keeping your house clean, keeping the air quality clean, and just making it feel and smell fresher in your house. Now, even with all of that, you guys, there are some times where I just have to have a reset day. And I know some people have like a Sunday reset. I'm not a Sunday reset girl. Sundays, I'm just like, I'm tired. Sunday is the day that I rest. And after we come from church, I'll cook something and it's just like nap time and I watch some TV and that is it. But I do have a reset day. Probably every quarter, I find myself resetting. This particular day in our old house, I had to reset because we had been sick. And the house just, oh my gosh, I just felt icky being in the house. It felt overwhelming. And so I was feeling well and I decided to reset. I was filling up the sugar and things of that nature because these are things that you have to do, cleaning off appliances, cleaning off the backsplashes, the microwave, everything needed to be reset. So those are things that you should definitely plan for, but even have some unplanned ones as time arises for you to do that. So now the next thing that you have to stay on top of as a homemaker, and this is a never-ending battle that you will have to fight, you will have to constantly, and I do mean constantly, declutter. From when my children were little babies, because they go through clothes and shoes so fast, they grow up so fast, and even still, it's just like, oh my goodness, these children will never stop growing. But I have always, as I washed laundry, And as I was folding, I would separate the items that they can wear from the items that they can no longer wear. And I would just make a pile, and then I would put it in a plastic bag, like trash bag, to donate. And so we have been very diligent about doing that. And to be honest with you, it's like we fill a bag, we drop it off, and usually within that same day or maybe even the next day, we're starting another bag, because you have to constantly stay on top of your clutter. And sometimes people's clutter is an emotional attachment. And I know for me, I am one of those people. I have sentimental value to the things that I hold on to. Everything literally can have something sentimental for me, and it can be hard for me to let go of. But when I do declutter, it feels so much better, and it smells so much better, and it clears the mental space. And so decluttering is a necessity. Now, right here, this is something that sometimes we don't think about either, is actually cleaning our couches and our chairs, and even like our dining chairs. And that reminds me, I have to clean my dining chairs, but cleaning your dining chairs, these are things that you need to do as a homemaker in order to keep your home in order and smelling fresh and feeling clean and just looking put together. Going through your bookcases and getting rid of old books that you don't need. And, just making sure you stay on top of that. This again is where the planning comes into play. I cannot stress that enough. I am a huge planner, and so it's easier for me to do it. And this is why, again, I created that weekly planner for you guys to be able to use. Last but certainly not least, as homemakers, remember, spend time with your family doing things that you and your family loves. This particular day, we were outside playing in the snow. We like to take walks in nature, things of that nature. Do those things with your family, because you are creating bonds that are everlasting. And even if your children complain about it, or even if you don't feel like it, do it anyway. I hope you guys learned something today. If there's more that you're wanting to know, let me know in the comments below. If there's ideas that you need, let me know. I'll create a video for you guys to help you out. And don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and share so people know what we're doing over here. And hit that notification bell so you know when I post another video. God bless you and take care.